Welcome back, gents.
As planned.
You put a lot of thought and effort into that one.
I did. I was strategizing this whole time.
Wow.
Just like, how much of a slurp am I going to go for? Am I going to go for a smooth slurp, just kind of like a... Or am I going to go for a harsh one? I chose the in-between one.
Bro, you're a slurpologist.
You're so modest, man.
You're so modest.
You're so
Thank
thoughtful.
you.
All right, let's bring it in for a quick cheers right here, boys.
Cheers!
Bring it in. I think we
Yeah,
got it. All right,
absolutely.
Liam, taste your coffee. Oh, he's downing that.
Oh. Great job. Great job.
Let's
sir.
go.
We
That
made
felt so genuine.
that was so heartwarming and heartfelt. I mean,
hit me right here,
My
man.
life is renewed.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
dang.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
The high praise.
It's awesome.
Wow.
What do you think of it, Liam?
I love the decorations on top. I've never been a huge coffee guy at all.
Right.
But as of late, I've been needing it because of my drive here to work and everything like that. But yeah, no.
If you got to need it, make it good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Liam, he said, for the people tuning in, Liam said to surprise him with the kinds of coffee that I was going to make. And I was between two. The mean part of me wanted to give him the Kev special, which
What's
is
that?
your rancid
All
instant
right.
coffee. But
It's not that bad.
I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Can't do that to the guy.
Can't do that to Liam.
can't
Only
do
can do that to Kevin.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
But, and then I was like, wait, there's one thing I haven't made in months, and that was the white mocha. And it's great
That's me.
that we made the white mocha because Liam is having his interview with the white mocha.
Yes.
And I
so
will say I was pleasantly surprised.
to see me or drink the white mocha?
Both of them.
Oh, okay. Bro was surprised that he
seeing
got
and
he got
believing,
invited to be on a podcast, and he was surprised when I was on the podcast.
A lot of firsts right now.
Wow. You said, "Whoa, the guy who invited me is here."
Whoa.
What the heck?
He's actually...
Wait,
He's real.
He's real?
I'm in the room. I'm in the podcast
Is
room.
the white mocha here with us?
Wake up, Liam. This is real.
This isn't real. You're still at home.
Catch me, please.
You're still taking a nap.
You.
I wish, bro.
That's why you needed your coffee.
Yeah, bro. That's why we got you the white mocha.
You just see you progressively just going faster and faster as the podcast
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna get
going.
very jittery.
You're so-
a few seconds.
Well,
That's fine. Half an hour in, we're all kind of like on edge. We're like,
you guys are. I'm just.
yeah,
I'm locked
he's
in.
locked in. Yeah.
You just can't see his legs beneath the desk. He's going...
Oh yeah, it's like an earthquake down
Oh,
there.
speaking of, I'm rocking dad shoes. You can't see it, but I'm rocking the mow the lawn 3000s right now.
Very good.
Yeah, we went to H&M and we went to Rack Shoe Shop this
Rack
past
room
weekend.
shoes.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Same thing. No, it's not the same.
No, it is
It's
not.
just not.
No, it is not.
we went to whatever that place was that you said, and we picked up new shoes for Caleb. And man, bro is swagging out. Bro's kind of
Decked
coming
out.
clean with some clean white shoes, some clean dad shoes. We're realizing that Caleb's style is literally just
Being a father.
being a father.
Dang.
And
I
feel
need a
like-
kid now to complete it.
Well, like,
Is that
After I'm married.
I was about to say,
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
comes
say, yeah,
first?
yeah.
After
What
I'm
happened?
married.
How does
Yeah,
that
watch
happen?
it, watch
No,
it.
Yeah.
he already just every day when you come home and I'm already here, you open the door, you say, "Hello." I don't know why you do that, because that's just something my dad does. When I come home, I just open the door and I just run around all over the place, do whatever else I need to do. You come home and you say, "Hello, is there anybody here? I'm home."
No, I hit him with a. It's been a long day.
I freaking
Time
can't,
to do the dishes.
man. Yes.
Legit. I'll walk in and do that.
Ah, the dishes. Time to do them.
Why isn't the floor vacuumed? Was this light on all day?
Come on, guys.
The electric bill ain't gonna pay itself.
And then someone touches the thermostat. Don't touch the thermostat.
I actually
That's
was
my
like
thing.
that. I literally walked up there. I went, this is a little too low, and I typed it. I said, now this will save on electric, and then I said, electric, is it a heating or whatever? And I
don't know.
Yeah, it's some bill.
I mean, electricity is required.
Oh, what'd you say,
You're
Liam?
Born
born
to be a dad.
No, literally, I get up and I get up, at 5:30. I turn on the lamp and I'm just reading my Bible and I'm just, wow, I really needed this. And then the light,
Look at God's creation.
yeah, and then the light starts appearing outside and I hit him with the, I looked at the window, wow. Now that's the sky.
Yeah.
It's sunrise, man. I'm telling you.
And his monster calves are blowing in the wind. Yeah. And that's always got the craziest calves on him, bro.
It's from all the mowing, bro.
Exactly. That's what I mean, bro.
Last night at the gym, I was, the machine not the machine, but it's a little cart that you literally push. I was pushing that, and I was
kidding. You did that?
No, I did that.
No, dude, and he doesn't even do it the way that they're actually supposed to, which is, to get down like a football player and to push it forward.
I hit
And
him
he
with
just
the
goes,
mowing.
He's
Prepping
getting
for the
used to the
summer.
job.
No, prepping. See, here in our neighborhood, they mow it for us, so I have not been able
so
to
he can't
taste.
fulfill his dream.
I can't fulfill the dream of being the dad who mows the lawn.
Maybe you can do it for him.
Yeah, soon.
On the way.
Once I get married.
Once you have the kid,
I get
huh?
married. Okay. All right. Yes, there are a couple steps before that.
There you go.
This is a multi-step process.
It's a multi.
Courting.
This is a journey.
What did you say?
A journey.
There is courting.
There's dating.
Yes.
There's marriage.
Wait,
Wow.
where does hand-holding factor into that?
I think that's after marriage.
Oh, yeah. Good one, right?
Liberty University moment.
The bases right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Liam, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for yapping with us already. So, just kind of introduce yourself. We all know you, but kind of introduce yourself to
Wait,
those.
who's this guy? He just showed up.
Ha 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 ha. Funny.
What are you doing here?
He got you.
I think I'd be a singer or something like a music. Yeah, I think he might be music. Nice, something like that.
He does music.
The physical manifestation of
Music.
Bro, when I think music,
It's not a music
just
note. It's just
Liam.
it's Liam.
It's not me.
Bro said, "Trust me, pal, you're not that guy."
Well, it's funny because I didn't really start out with music. So grew up in Chesterfield. It's like right outside of Richmond. And went to public school from kindergarten to 8th grade. And then in 8th grade, my grades were very, very bad. So parents pulled me out of that, and I started to school from home.
Homeschooled, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
We have another bud of ours that endured that.
Yeah.
Man, we're
There you
surrounded by
Us
homeschoolers.
being
Yeah, yeah.
homeschooled.
There we go. Yeah. Did that from freshman to senior year, and that was great. And then went to community college. To that point, I had already known what I wanted to do. Like from a really early age, I wanted to do film.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I'm not really a film buff. Like I've never been the type to like binge watch movies and all that stuff. So
Relatable.
right,
I'm the same way.
yeah. So I was more interested in like the gear, like going online every day and being like, oh, this lens, this
That I can't afford.
this camera,
It's like $100,000.
Right.
Yeah. No.
right. So
One day.
Yeah. What? Sure.
So then I went
Not
to
even one day.
community college for 2 years for film, and that was great. Probably the most I've learned about film up to that point, and then started working with different people around the area, working on different short films, 48-hour films. That was great. And I went to college for 3 years at VCU. That was a great time. But it was during COVID. So I had, I started in 2019, and then 2020 came, and then started out as a spring break, then an extended spring break, and then all of a sudden Zoom. Zoom. Yeah, Zoom gets introduced into our lives.
Yeah. Never been the
We
same.
were just all expected to know how to freaking use it.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah,
I swear.
guys.
When it was my senior year, they made us all use Zoom, and it was like, oh, this is just like Skype. It's just not
How did
like
Skype
Skype.
blow like a 12-year lead? Skype was
Oh,
there the whole
over
time,
Zoom!
but no one used it. They weren't like, okay, guys, let's go to Skype. No, Zoom. I was like, what?
Maybe they thought it was faster because of the name.
Absolutely
Oh
not.
my
Bro,
God.
Zoom.
They thought we can cook in this. It's just gonna be quicker because of the name. That's why they called it that. Nah, bro. You gotta practically put in your social security number to even
get
start a
Zoom.
call
Yeah.
on that thing.
Do you remember where you were when like they said, okay, time to go on that extended spring break?
I was at home because we just weren't sure because the virus just dropped.
It just
The way you said
like
that
in
was
Yeah,
Fortnite.
that was
The new
crazy.
album
Hey,
just
guys.
dropped. It's called Virus.
Guys, developers just dropped a new patch to the game, guys. Let's see what this is about.
That's like Fortnite taking away all the construction abilities.
Yeah.
It's just it's only guns now, guys.
it's only guns now.
I was at home, and I mean it was like a series of emails that we got where it was like spring break, and then we're gonna, because of this going on, we have one more week of spring break, just to see the climate of it all and all that, and then all of like the reports of all the deaths and everything like that. So they were like, okay, we're gonna quarantine 2 weeks, turn into
Like a couple months.
like a couple months to like a year. But yeah, so that happened. So we pretty much did all of our classes on Zoom. Didn't really get to do a lot of studio time, obviously,
Yeah.
which was not ideal, but got it done first. But like it was that first semester during COVID, like spring of 2020, where I got my first 4.0 GPA.
Nice.
That's a round of applause.
Now, how easy the classes were is up to debate, just because I think all of the people just wanted the classes done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that happened. Graduated spring 2022.
Class of 22.
Yeah, it was only so the film program at VCU was only 3 years. So that was a breeze.
Bro said, I didn't even need to go. I
Right.
just knew what I was doing.
Exactly. I
was built
literally,
different.
like getting to VCU, I had already known everything I need to know. Of course I like learned a couple details of
Yeah.
like the film business and
Right.
stuff, but a bulk of what I learned about filmmaking was done either like out in the wild or at my community college.
Right.
So did that, and then while I was graduating, I started working a job here in Lynchburg.
Yes.
And it's been I've been working at that job for 2 years now.
Yep.
And yeah, it's been a great time, a great ride. Definitely a lot of ups and downs, both like mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Right.
But we're here. We are blessed, and now we're doing music. And yeah, for definitely for the music, that didn't start till late.
Right.
Like that didn't start until like 2017.
You were a late bloomer in the music industry.
Yeah, I mean, I had always been a fan of music.
Right.
Ever since I got my first CD for Christmas when I was a kid. Like,
Do you remember what it was?
it was by a band called Simple Plan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Little
Simple
pop
Plan.
punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I've actually heard them.
I haven't. I'm left out.
Yeah. So that
We gotta educate you.
Album.
because they were my first CD, they became my favorite band of all time.
What's this day?
No.
Okay, I was about to say Simple Plan is still pretty good.
Yeah. But like definitely when I was a kid, I was like pretending like to be on stage with them. Like I would like go on my third floor and like make stages out of out of Hot Wheels tracks and
Nice.
like
That's fire.
and like reenact their like live shows and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. So I had always wanted to perform on stage.
Yeah.
And in that way. So I think with what I'm doing right now with the music is kind of recapturing that, and it's something that's been years in the making, and something that I think God just wanted me to like go through these different phases to get to where I am now. So
Wow.
Like a marination. Like
Yeah.
we get marinated over time.
Right.
Yeah. With the new phase that you're going through, it's amazing to see. Just like we'll throw it up to like the music video or whatever that you just, Caleb worked on and you yourself was like starring in. It's like
Shout out
An
Picket
arti-
Fence Productions.
no, literally,
shout out.
bro. It's like an artist coming to full fruition, like fully being himself. It's amazing, dude. Yeah, dude.
appreciate that, man.
No.
Kevin coming out here with the bars.
Oh, crazy. My bad. Fruition. My bad. He's
Fruition.
Fruit.
no, vegetable.
Fruits.
Vegetable-ition.
Produce.
I have this intuition about fruit. I don't know about you, bro.
Banana.
Fruit. Dang, bro. Most intellectual conversation
Did I
in this
cook?
household. You cooked.
This is what you can
Bro,
expect from the
don't-
All For Him podcast.
Bro, please
Banana.
take this man's stove privileges away permanently.
Cannot let him keep cooking like this.
Me when
Leave him
I'm in
alone.
making a
Leave Kevin
corny,
alone.
bro, corny comment competition is back and you're winning.
Bro, you're the reigning champ, man. It's
I
meant to
am the
be.
reigning champ of corny.
POV, I'm in a corny sayings competition, and my competition is Kevin.
It's not me. He's the champion.
No, but you're coming
the
for
rising
title.
star.
You're a rising
I'm
star.
a
in the
yeah,
industry.
rising talent over here.
Rising talent, bro.
Bro,
You're,
you're
a
Lightning
prodigy.
McQueen.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen is a
Lightning
champion
McQueen.
though.
I am Speed.
But not in the first. Yes, I am Speed.
Oh my gosh.
No, so it's so cool, Liam, because I've known you for a couple years now, and it's so cool to see where you kind of started and what you've been doing and where you are now. Working on that music video was literally so cool to get to be there, surrounded by such talent. Shout out to Joseph, Sam, Benny, all the people there. Awesome, cool people. It was so cool to kind of see that. Kind of that pinnacle, not pinnacle necessarily, but kind of a big build up to something really cool for you and that music, because you've been talking about it for months and you'd showed it to me, and I remember listening to it and thinking, oh, this would be a cool music video. And then we got to do it.
Yeah.
So you can check out that music video
Please do.
on YouTube.
Please do.
So and I love getting to be part of that and,
Yeah,
and
man.
work on it.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you being able to be on it,
Thanks.
because I know for those who don't know, me and Caleb met through our friend Steven,
Shout out Stephen Colbert.
who's been on your show,
Yes.
and
Episode 3.
getting to know you and your talent, I mean, is just like was just very cool to see where you were then and then where you are now. It's really cool. So when we were going to like do all the planning out for the music video, I knew I immediately wanted you a part of it somehow. I didn't know what and I didn't know where, but I knew I wanted you on the crew in some way. So I'm very grateful that you were able to be there on both days too.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we got really lucky. I was able to take days off from work
Yeah.
and be there, and I literally was so cool getting to be a part of that.
Yeah, man.
So obviously, music, you kind of bloomed into it a little bit late, and then you still do your video stuff too. Is there any way you try to combine the two at times, kind of take knowledge from what you know about video and filmmaking and put it into music or music videos, kind of give input on stuff like that?
I do. I really like to think I stand out as an artist because of the knowledge I have for the video making industry.
Yeah.
Like I definitely as an artist, like it's so funny. I like to think about the music video first.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there are a lot of artists out there that really do that.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I'm not musically, I don't know like theory or anything like that. I play drums and I sing. That's it. Like I can't play guitar, I can't play piano or anything, but I just have such a macro vision of how I think this would look cool in a video, or like if I play this riff on the drums, like that would be a cool transition here.
Yeah.
That's kind of how my brain works, where I think of like both at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's amazing. I think there's an artist. Well, like there's obviously other artists that do a similar thing, and I think you do it amazingly. What is it? I was listening to a podcast the other day from Tape Notes that Jack Antonoff was on from Bleachers, and he produces for like Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter's new record and stuff like that. And he was mentioning something like that he was working on a song, and the first thing he thought was like, okay, I want to make the song, but I need to imagine myself being like just some boy like walking down the street in New York City.
Right.
And that's like the vision that I have for the song itself. So maybe when you do it, it's like I have the vision for the song, and then you threw in these like little drum fills or something to do the transitions. I think that's amazing. Like I don't think of that, and it's so good to hear.
I think more so I just think of like the macro, because like I have in my brain I have plans for like 3 albums.
Yeah.
Like I have such I just want to go through this like story arc of different like genres I want to do, or different style, like different styles like in general for like the videos and stuff. So like that's why all of the music videos I've done thus far have been very continual.
Yeah.
Because like
It's a continuing story.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so like, you know, for my last music video, Chaos, we end the video me on this empty stage with my older brother, and the video ends with just me on this stool, just like in the dark, and then the start of this video is me on a stool looking down in like the same spot. So like I really am like a fan of continuity, and creating that storyline that people can see like, oh wait, that's where he was at the end of this video. Like that, like to me, I love giving Easter eggs like that. Like it's just it's just really cool to like create things that like people that know me and know my stuff is like, oh wait, he was there, but then so
See,
It's giving Liam lore.
Liam lore,
like, you
yes,
gotta
the
get-
Liam cinematic universe.
No, I love it, the Liam cinematic universe. Well, go ahead.
the LCU.
I was about to say, you know, I really appreciate that because that's something I also like to do. Like whenever I do music videos, I really like it to have little Easter eggs, either callbacks to previous videos, or sometimes I like to reach out to other local artists, and I like to have them in the music video, even if it's not theirs in some sort of way. Like we just did a music video, and I won't spoil anything, but we had a couple of other artists in the music video, and one of them who's, you know, pretty big around Lynchburg, and he didn't even sing. He was just in there playing guitar.
I love that.
Bro barely knows how to play guitar too, but
But he did it so
he sold
convincingly. He did. It looks like he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I really appreciate how you're kind of. Not many musical artists really think so much about the visual aspect of their song, and so it's kind of makes the video guy's job harder when it comes to making that.
Yeah, and that's what kind of made the shooting of this music video, because I love collaborating with Joseph, because me and him, I feel like we're on the same wavelength. As far as like this would look really cool with this shot. Like this would like I love being so hands-on with the storyboarding and like making sure everything looks amazing. So, you know, I think he knows how much I appreciate him,
Yep.
and I think vice versa too.
Can you say his last name? Because I don't.
Yeah, his name is Joseph Puccio.
Okay, I feel like I could never pronounce
He's very
his last.
Italian.
Yes,
He is very
yes.
Italian.
Shout out Joseph. I mean, literally, I'm not even gonna try to say his last name, but I love you, bro. Yeah, okay, you can say it for me.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, no, Joseph, visionary, love him. And yeah, that is something that I appreciate. I was a little quieter on this, but it's funny. Sometimes I will be listening to music, I'll hear a song, and I'll think, I would love to do something
as a
with
music video,
this.
yes.
Especially the song Far Away by Jose Gonzalez. That's probably my favorite song of all time. That isn't a worship song necessarily. And every time I hear that song, I want to do something with it. Or, I'll hear a song and I'll just think, man, I feel like I just get this vision in my head. I'll see a waterfall or I'll see something. So I kind of have, because I have no musical ability. I mean, I have a deep voice. That's about it. So for me,
I'm ready for Lil Caleb Smith to make his breakout
You
debut.
have a beautiful voice, Caleb.
A little white
Wow.
mocha on
Your
the beat.
Lil White
Your voice is
Mocha.
amazing. I've always
White
loved your
Mocha.
voice.
When is White
I've
Mocha
always
gonna
loved it.
get on the beat?
speaking from the chest. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But no, it's just so cool hearing your perspective of someone who thinks, okay, this, you're so talented in music and you're talented in video,
Thank you.
but you are definitely more. I feel like you are more of a creative director. I feel like you can see vision and you can see images in music and you can see music through images and you kind of combine those things and you tell a story. And the music video we worked on, it's so unique. It tells a story, but it's just all over the place too. And it's just, the visuals are so trippy. It's so cool. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't believe how much we cooked with that. I was literally saying earlier, I was the first AC, so I was pulling the focus, and I literally watched every single frame, making sure it was sharp.
You pulled that. You did a great job with that.
Thank you. No, I had my nucleus. I was just, please, Lord,
Be in
this
focus.
coffee and everything better help me be in focus. I mean,
Those long shoot days for me, and that's kind of why I'm out of the film industry in general, is because like I've never been a fan of like the long shoot days. Never been a fan of it. I just kind of didn't like it. But like it's always fun to like go back every now and then to
and
like,
actually see it.
to like go back to like those 8 to 10 o'clock the shoot days where like everybody's all together, like the collaborating and all that. It's just a great time.
No, and the communication we had was just so good. I felt like everybody was on the same page. We knew what we wanted to do. I mean, it was so good. Also, shout out Tilt Creative Studio, I believe it's called.
Yep.
That place in Richmond is sick. I want to shoot there more. So I'm definitely going to do that. So I want to segue into a little bit something else. So I want to talk a little bit about your testimony because you are a Christ follower. You're creative who does music and video, and you're also a Christ follower. So can you tell us a little bit about your testimony and how you came to the Lord?
Yeah. Always grew up around the church, I would say. My growing up, in our house, church wasn't really, being Christians was very important, very important in our lives. I actually grew up Methodist.
Oh, yeah. You
So
told me that before.
So yeah, we grew. I grew up in a Methodist church, and then we went to a general Christian church with like the rock music and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But generally wasn't too like stern on going to church every week and kind of here and there. But as I've gotten older and as I've gotten to meet new people, like through my schooling and through Lynchburg, seeing so many passionate Christians around me has just really inspired me to just dive in more with scripture, and because it's something that I've never thought of before of sitting down and opening up a Bible and reading it and just feeling just so at peace.
Yeah.
Because I've always tried to find something like that where I just want to just make sure I feel good. But yeah, so grew up. I've had a very up and down relationship with Jesus, I would say. Just throughout my life, 2021 especially was a very low point in my spiritual life. But then I was dating a girl at the time, wasn't Christian. We were doing things that we probably shouldn't have done. And after a while, it just made me feel so empty inside.
Yeah.
And I hated that feeling. I was so scared. I was like, is God not there anymore? Like it just felt strange. So that's when I broke up with her. It was about a month and a half that we dated. And then we broke up, and then the very next weekend I went to church, and I felt great again. Like that was the moment where I was like, oh, I see now. I see how important this is. Like that was the moment where I was like, okay, yeah, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I've had my good days and bad days. But I'm happy to say that I'm in a great relationship with the Lord right now. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. I kind of the same boat for me in some ways. This year especially, I really kind of gotten into that. I need to read my Bible. I need to get up every morning, make this a priority. And I read my Bible at night now too. I literally, ask them every morning. I get up about the same time and I sit there with a lamp and I read my Bible, and it helps me so much deal with, whatever I'm dealing with. Literally it just, to trust in the Lord and to be able to dive into the Word and especially reading books like Job and all that stuff, that really helps me a lot. So I'm glad that's helping you too in your life.
Yeah. Then more recently, like probably like a year ago too, I started reading the New Testament for like the first time ever.
Yeah.
And hearing the book of Matthew, and I didn't realize the Sermon on the Mount was like so to the point that it was.
Yeah.
Like Jesus was literally laying everything out to everybody, just front and center. I didn't realize that, and when I read that, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is awesome.
Yeah.
So and then reading like the different books after that, like I really got into it. So I definitely want to get back to that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I love that. So you are a Christ follower who does creative stuff, but you aren't necessarily, you would not label yourself a Christian artist per se. What goes into that process of being a Christian but not necessarily making a Christian song? How do you do that?
It's kind of just what I'm feeling. I have my own opinions about the Christian music genre in general. I don't think there should be Christian music. I think this should just be called music, and then there's some music that's about God. And I think that we all just make music.
Yeah.
But I do understand the label that it gives, because when you see Christian music, it's like, okay, this is safe. This is something that we can sort of just relax and just praise God, and,
right.
and so that's great. But to me, I love art. I care about art so much. I want to bring art back to life.
Yeah.
And growing up and studying art and different painters and stuff like that, and the art of expression and stuff like that. I truly believe there's a world where we can coincide the Christianity with true art, and that's kind of what I'm trying to find with my art. Is I want to create a light that I want to create something that's very creative and very out there, that maybe isn't that safe, but also sheds light instead of darkness. Because I feel like there's a lot of like experimental, experimental musicians out there, and a lot of their music is very dark and deals with depression and kind of like wallowing in that. And I'm trying to like basically experiment with light.
Love that.
And I'm kind of trying to find a way. That's kind of my mission in my music right now is can I find a way to make art that appeals to both the very self-expressive people on this side and also the very devout Christians on this side, and create something that can bring everyone together in a way that I think we need right now.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that something necessarily has to be Jesus for it to make an impact on someone and plant a seed in someone's life, because I feel like one thing I feel like sometimes we Christian creatives, sometimes, not everybody, but sometimes they try to shy away, Christian movies especially, some Christian movies, try to shy away from things and kind of put stuff down that isn't, necessarily quote unquote something you can market. But I feel like as Christians, we should be the most open people about storytelling. We should be the ones who are most vulnerable and share our stories and bring those stories to life, whether it be through music, through cameras, a visual medium. I feel like that's what you should do. And you are very open and vulnerable in your songs, especially your most recent one. And then you teased your other one where you're talking about, something else. I'm not going to give it away because I know I don't want to.
No spoilers.
No spoilers here.
Come on.
No spoilers. But, I feel like the people who aren't Christians, even if they aren't a Christian and they listen to something or they watch something, they can still, if they see someone's vulnerability and someone not shying away and having an honest conversation or putting out something honest, they'll be more inclined to listen to that or be open to that, rather than if someone puts an explicit label on something that says, this is Jesus. And there is a place for that stuff, absolutely. In the church with worship music, I love that stuff. But I feel like as a Christian, we all have a responsibility to be open and tell stories that maybe aren't necessarily, PG or necessarily something you can market to your aunt for Christmas or something like that. Rather, tell stories that maybe are dark or maybe are a little bit more explicit, or maybe something that we don't want, maybe not everyone wants to hear and is shy about talking about. But if we do that, I almost feel like we have that responsibility. Jesus did not shy away from telling this stuff. If you read the Bible, there's stories in there that are definitely R-rated, and I feel like that's the type of stuff that we have to do as Christians. So
I completely agree.
That's one thing I appreciate about you and your music, doing that. So I love that. I love what you're doing with your music. I love that you're open and vulnerable in your conversations.
Yeah,
so something else I want to touch on. So you have a stutter, you have a speech impediment, which you don't let stop you at all. You're on a podcast talking.
I'm scared to death right now.
Shiver me timbers.
Bruce timbers are shivered.
Yeah, Bruce timbers are shivered. One, I want to commend you for even coming on this podcast and speaking, because I've talked to you about this, and you've told me just, how, it almost is just a panic moment for you when this stuff happens, at times, or in the past, you've obviously, the older you got, the more you've learned to deal with it. But can you talk a little bit about your speech impediment and how you have not let that stop you in your life?
Sure. Whether I was born with it or I developed it, who knows? It's kind of still up for debate. We now think that we now think I was born with it, just some brain stuff. But regardless, yeah, growing up with a stutter wasn't easy, because I like to consider myself I like being a social person.
Yeah.
I've always told everybody, if I didn't have a stutter, I would be jumping off the walls, going crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's why you have it.
Maybe. Maybe.
God said, man, this guy's just gonna be,
Just
he's gonna be
calm
too
down.
good.
You
Calm
can
down.
place him on a handicap.
Give him a little nerf. Just like,
A nerf
you'd be
is
too
crazy.
powerful.
It may be. Yeah, no. I mean, I've taken so many classes about practicing your fluency and
Right.
practicing talking slower and letting your brain catch up with you when you talk. There's so many details that go into like stuttering
Yeah.
that more than people understand. So I've had to kind of deal with that. I feel like I'm in a good place now. I might have told you, Caleb, I'm actually wearing it right now. It's called a speakeasy,
Oh.
and it's this little thing right here. I'm not sure if
I can see it. I see it. Yeah.
so it's a device that got recently developed to basically create an audio delay, audio frequency delay in your ear.
Yeah.
So everything that I hear in my ear is delayed and chipmunked higher.
Oh.
And with normal talkers, that would usually mess them up when they talk, is they feel like they have to talk slower. But for stutterers, it actually corrects it.
Oh. Okay.
So this was something that my mom and I researched about, and I was very skeptical at first because at that point I had tried everything. I just felt like I just wanted to give up. But then we found this device, and we went for the clinical trials for it just to like try it out. And my mom like videoed me, and I almost cried when I first like put this in, because it was like a night and day difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have this in now to kind of aid me.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, obviously, but it definitely helps me kind of like hear that delay and have me be able to like speak smoother. So that's right now. But growing up, I was never really bullied for it. I can't say I had friends that were that savage.
Yeah.
But
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's wild.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, that's
but
great.
but there have been, so I've gotten every reaction in the book when someone first hears me stutter, from laughing to why are you doing that to whatever. But most of the time it's because they just don't know, right?
It's
Like,
just a reaction.
I
They don't
give
really
them I
understand.
give them grace every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, yeah, you probably don't understand what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
Now there have been those rare cases where people are openly mocking me, but
Which is crazy.
don't talk to those people.
Yeah. Those
Sorry
people.
about that.
Yeah. You don't do that.
but no, yeah, this is just something that I think God put on my life to kind of work through.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to like embrace it more as I get older. I'm 26 now. Like, who knows if I just am gonna live with this the rest of my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna continue to try and get better with my influency. But I also don't want to be too hard on myself for it, because whenever I stutter, I mean, I beat myself up, man. Like it's because I get so embarrassed, right? Because I don't want to be the one in the room where everybody has to be quiet and they have to like let me finish this thing I'm doing. But at the same time, I know that you guys care.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird predicament, but I have to just realize that this is just one thing that I have. Like,
Yeah.
I'm blessed with everything else in my life. Like,
yeah.
I'm blessed to have a family. I'm blessed to know you guys. I'm blessed to have a job. Like, I'm blessed to do all these things that I can still do. And yeah, I just don't let this really stop me from what I want to do. Like, if I get really nervous to talk to someone, I'm trying to get better at networking.
Yeah.
The different stuff like that. That's probably the most challenging thing, is to kind of put myself out there like that. So that's why it was like, when you asked me the first time you asked me to do this, I had to like stop. I left you on red for a little bit, because I was just like,
I didn't even know this.
do I want to do this? So
Come on, man.
No.
Coffee.
I'm definitely glad I did, though. So,
Yeah. Well, first off, I mean, seriously, it means so much that you're here and you're using this platform. Also, for anybody listening, we've had people on with Tourette's, we've had people with drug addictions, with pornography addictions. I mean, pretty much everything in the book. Just know that you aren't a mistake. If you have a stutter or a speech impediment, or if you do anything like that, God did not make you a mistake. Rather, He is going to use that in your life to either draw you closer to Him or prepare you for amazing things, or a combination of both. So whatever you deal with, if it's any of that stuff, you're not a mistake. The Lord, obviously, we live in a fallen world where we all have to deal with things that aren't necessarily great. We see it every day, and the older we get as adults, the more stuff that gets thrown at us, or the more we realize, oh, this is not always great. But the Lord loves you no matter what you deal with, and whatever you think is a mistake about you, or if you think you're a failure because you have this certain thing or deal with this certain thing, you're not a failure. You are a child of God, whether you're a Christian or not. So whatever you deal with, embrace it and trust in the Lord that He can use it for good and bring you out on the other side. So, yeah, and that's for you. That's for you too. I mean, obviously, the older you get, the more you have kind of learned to embrace it. Similar to our friend Isaac Maffer, who has Tourette's. He has kind of just learned to embrace that and use that and make his music with that, and just go with the flow and understand that, this is something that's happened to me, and I can either choose to pout about it and do nothing, or I can use it to my advantage. So
it's so funny. I the first time I met Isaac was at your house, and
Yeah.
I distinctly recall he heard me starting to stutter, and he immediately was like, you got a stutter? And we kind of immediately bonded through that about like, do you get, is it more like when you're nervous and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, man. It's like, so we had that immediate
connection.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
Yeah. So with your stutter, or your speech impediment, and then you make music, your stutter is gone,
Right.
and you make music similar to Isaac when he makes music. His symptoms
Tics.
or his tics are gone. How has music helped you deal with having a stutter and almost making you more powerful and embracing that?
It's definitely my escape, for sure. Like I said, ever since I was a kid, I've been like dancing around in my room, singing, like listening to music. Like that's where I feel the most relaxed. Now, whether that's good for me or not, who knows? But that's just kind of been my avenue of relaxation, just kind of being by myself and singing in my car, kind of just like that's just where I'm kind of in my zone. And yeah, like I it's pretty well known that stutterers don't stutter when they sing. That's kind of that's a common thing for stutterers.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is? There's
A lot
kind
of
science behind that?
lot of theories. It's more so like a confidence thing, and it's also when you sing, it's a different part of your brain doing that.
Really?
Yeah. So that's from what I've learned. I believe if I'm getting this wrong, please let me know. But I believe
Future Kevin.
I believe there's a different part of your brain that does memorization, and that's sort of the part of your brain that like memorizes songs and stuff like that. So, but it's also like a confidence thing. It's also like I know the words to this song and the rhythm. Like I know what the rhythm is. Like when you're talking, you don't really have a rhythm to where you talk. So like with speech classes, they always teach you to kind of talk in a way that you're kind of meshing all of your words like this, and you're kind of creating a rhythm to it so you can speak fluently.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the things I learned. So I think it's confidence. It's just all of that stuff. So
Do you feel like you are the best version of yourself when you're singing?
best version of myself. That's an interesting question. Could you define that more? Like,
I guess you're the most confident, you're the most yourself, you are the most vulnerable, you are the most best version of you in all of those ways.
I would say so. I definitely feel the best when I'm singing.
Yeah.
When I'm sort of not using my words.
Yeah.
I feel the most free.
Right.
But again, I don't really let my stutter stop me.
No.
But at the same time, yes, I kind of use music as my own ministry.
Right.
To connect with people, whether they're Christians or not, and that's kind of where I think I should be right now. Now that might change. I know I'm gonna be a creative. I'm gonna be in the creative space until I see. I'm gonna be in the creative space until I wake up with God.
Love that.
But for now, yeah, music has been where my creative juices are, and I thank God for that, because man, I feel good doing it, because it's just it's so freeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, I love that, dude. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to ask you as well, what do you think about the future of Liam or Chafiin? And it's so funny. Another thing, I'll touch on that in a second, but it's so funny. You're almost kind of a different character when you do this music. It's kind of a Childish Gambino and Donald Glover type of situation.
Right.
Where it feels like you still put parts of yourself in this, but you almost take on this new persona for music. Is there any truth to that? Do you kind of try to almost create a character for each music video that you're doing, or just obviously you're kind of telling this whole story now? Have you kind of created your own character, this own version of yourself for this music universe?
Yes and no. I think the music has come from just what I'm feeling at the time. As I get more reps of it, I'm being more aware of like how to write songs, how to do stuff like that. Because with Chaos wasn't really about anything. It was just kind of like a hype anthem that I wanted to make with this beat I made on my phone.
One could say it's just chaos.
It's just chaos.
Whoa.
But with
That's what it should be called.
right.
Hey, that's the name of the song.
Whoa. That would be so crazy.
There we go. With my song Out of Their Mind,
Yes.
that was more so me wanting to give my thoughts on the world and how I think the world is right now. So my song Out of Their Mind is basically my version of like an anti-suicide anthem, of seeing kids, young adults, teenagers who are just growing up on their phone and TikTok, Instagram, seeing things going wrong around the world, and just feeling just not well, and just getting depressed and getting sad. And what I'm doing with Out of Their Mind is being like, hey, you don't have to feel like this. Like, come with me to the light. Like, I will show you what the light is. Whatever the light is. Whatever the light is to you. Like, for my case, it's God, but it can be something else for some other person out there. Like, just let me be your guide to get you to where you need to be. That's kind of what I got from out of their mind. So right now my songs are like all over the place, but eventually I'm going to make more focused projects, I think, where I'm telling a story and maybe autobiographical, who knows. But I'm getting better at kind of letting the Lord decide what I should write about and what I should not. I definitely want to like write a worship song at some point. I already have an idea for this grand worship song I want to do that doesn't sound like any other worship song out there.
Teaser for the future.
I want to just create like an anthem, like a chant, if you will, like that everybody can like sort of like the Beatles song, Hey Jude.
Yeah.
Like a song that everybody knows, everybody can sing, and create a worship song around that, and have everybody sing it. Like that's my dream. You know,
man.
So it would be Hey Jesus.
Hey Jesus. There you go.
Hey Jesus.
That's got a ring to it.
Please don't copyright strike us.
Hey, they can't. I literally just transformed it. It's transformative.
Oh,
Because
right.
the saving power of Christ is transformative.
Wow.
I cooked on that one.
That's
Come
some
on.
bars. That's some bars, bro.
You did.
You cooked?
I did,
But to go back to your question, I think that I'm just kind of letting things play as they do. I'm not really thinking about I am thinking about storyline as far as the videos go.
Yeah.
But man, I just have so many ideas that I just kind of have to get down on paper and kind of scramble and because I'm very OCD.
Yeah.
So I have to like organize these things as perfectly as I can, so make sure they all kind of flow well.
Right.
So
No, I've been to your townhouse. I've definitely seen your OCD-ness, bro. It's very just
everything has to be in line. If I put my phone right now on the table, I have to have it like just like that, where it's just like completely just straight.
That's very symmetrical.
Is this bothering you right now?
Absolutely, I hate it.
Oh,
It's
so
the
bad.
aesthetic. Come on. Like I've got my Bible on my desk. I've got it at a slant because I don't like it being just perfectly like that. I like some things to be like that, but
Yeah.
my Bible, I feel like it needs to be at a slant because it looks cooler that
Exactly.
way.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
computer though, that needs to be,
I wouldn't do
needs to
that.
be symmetrical.
I wouldn't do that, but you have the freedom to.
He's gonna go march up in my room and say, "This needs to be symmetrical."
He just tries to fix everything. Have you seen those videos where people say what moms think will happen when a guest comes over to the house and something is slightly clean? That's Liam. He comes in, he goes, "Hey guys."
What is this?
What is this?
You know, it's kind of funny. When I was at my stylist a couple of days ago, we were kind of talking, and I don't know why, but it came up kind of the topic of, my glasses are slightly heavier up on this side, I believe, than the other. And I said, I really don't like that. I wish they were kind of, perfectly. Right. And she said, well, if everything was perfectly straight and symmetrical and everything would just kind of look like Barbie dolls.
That's fair.
And everything would
that's
look
so true.
too perfect.
Good Lord, stylist.
That's true.
Just maybe she needs to pursue a career in philosophy.
Oh, she is
Maybe.
such a good. Shout out Ariella, my stylist. You're amazing. Please don't ever leave Lynchburg because I really need a good stylist and all that.
Just
But
gotta keep up this cut right here.
Yeah, where else is bro gonna get a fade?
I don't know, bro. I
That clean
My-
fade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, bro, let me go to Walmart really quick.
I like your cut,
Cost Cutters, bro. Cost Cutters is great. I used to get my hair cut there, but as I got older, I wanted a stylist. But no, she literally said, not if everything looked like that, everything would be too perfect and everything would look kind of weird. There's a reason why, when we see Barbie dolls and stuff, they look perfect, and we're just a little, it can be kind of, that's too perfect. Everybody has slight imperfections and all that, things that make them human. And it's so funny that, we try to make everything perfect. We try to have everything, but at the end of the day, we really can't. We just have to kind of go with come as it may and rely on the Lord and his plan.
Correct.
And that's what you're doing. You're relying on the Lord's plan. You're trusting in him. I'm trying to do the same thing right now. So we're in the same boat on that. Hopefully everybody else is too. Just trusting in the Lord and relying on what He can do. So, but
Amen.
Liam, any final thoughts from you before we wrap up this Yap sesh?
Just really appreciate you guys for letting me on. Listen to Out of Their Mind.
Yeah.
It's on streaming everywhere, I believe. It took a minute, but it eventually got around to all of the streaming platforms.
Good.
Watch the music video, youtube.com/Chafiin, Chafiin.
Yes.
We have it in the description.
Yeah, we might need to put that in the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah, future Kevin, please.
Yeah,
put
come on, future Kevin.
Yeah.
Get off your bum.
Future AI.
Let's get to
Kevin.
work. Isn't that right?
Be good
Kevin?
to
Is that
yourself.
right?
Oh, hold on. He's about to say something.
Be good to yourself. Trust in God. And just rely on the Lord's plan and just be at peace.
Ooh,
I love that.
love that too, man.
Yeah.
Dang. Go be at peace because Liam and the Lord told me to do so. So, wow.
Liam planted a seed today for whoever's listening to be at peace with the Lord.
Just dang. I need Jesus. That's what. No, honestly, it might be cool if someone watches this and maybe this is the first time they've actually heard the name Jesus. You know, maybe they stumble across this. So that's the cool thing about having a platform and being able to share stuff is those types of moments.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
your story is amazing
Yeah.
because it's just so evident that God has been through everything from start to finish. And obviously I don't talk to you super often, but I'm super proud of where you're at now, man. It's so amazing to see just your growth and everything.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have you here, but also be your friend and whatnot. It's awesome, seriously. And you never know who's listening.
You really don't.
Like people out there, I bet there are a lot of Christian creatives that struggle with the balance between secularity and Christianity, where it's certain feelings and emotions I just need to get out there on pen and paper, or get out there and visualize, or auditory, and then they try and do it, and then it's like maybe met with like guilt or shame or something like that. But then over time you've grown so close to the Lord, where it's like these things are kind of given by the Lord, where it's like you are facing these certain obstacles and you just need to write about it so that somebody else can be impacted and have their lives changed because the Lord has changed your life. Yeah. You're doing an amazing thing, dude.
I really appreciate that coming from you, man, because I definitely listened to your stuff too, and it's definitely incredible.
What? You're so sweet.
Yeah,
man.
man.
There's not about to be a Glaze session. Wait, sorry.
No, this is
going
just
back.
a hype session.
Wait, but please
for the
check
boys.
out his music video, please. That thing is freaking amazing.
And whole crew,
Seriously.
Picket Fence Productions, I worked with them on behalf of this music video, and it was so cool being around those people and getting to learn. And because I'm very young and learning in my field, and I'm, it's cool to be around people like that.
We're all young men who are
We are young men.
just trying to make it.
Yes.
No, literally.
Just trying to make it, bro. Literally, I'm just trying to cook my chicken in the air fryer,
Bro,
bro.
just trying to get through every
Taking
day.
it day by day, huh?
Taking
Day
it
by day, air
hour
fry
by
by air
hour.
fry.
I'm just another hour done. Huh? Time to go on a creative walk or something like that. But Liam,
Grab some more.
And then he overcooks the chicken and rages loudly. This is all I had.
I've lost everything. Turned into a villain. My villain arc started when I burnt the chicken in the air
you're
fryer.
like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. It's just like, let me tell you my tragic backstory.
Let me tell you my tragic backstory. I
This
burnt my
morning,
chicken in
I
the air
burnt my
fryer.
burnt chicken, and so now I will burn every chicken in the Thai state area.
No more chicken for me. Patty the platypus, bring me more chicken.
Very
Dang.
good.
Is
That-
that the alter ego? The
Did I cook with that impression?
The dark mocha.
Oh no!
White mocha though was amazing.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm terrible at the wrap-up speeches. I don't have anything profound or cool to say, but I do make good coffee.
You do. Very, very, very.
That's
great
how I
coffee.
express myself.
I love
yeah,
it.
My
for sure.
coffee.
That's your gift, man.
You are gifted at making coffee.
Oh, the goat.
Thanks, big
One
guy.
would
Some
say.
would say the goat.
Some would say the goat.
Some will call you Michael Jordan of coffee.
Bro's been in the court.
Am I the Michael Jordan coffee?
Bro's getting his own shoe.
I like his coffee a lot.
I do
really
too. Living with them and
But
having
it wouldn't be anything without Kinship Coffee Roasters. Please sponsor us.
Oh, thank God you hit that.
Thank God you hit that. Hopefully they listen to the whole episode.
Please.
Please just
Shameless plug.
Please.
The shameless plug.
Everyone do this. Everyone do this.
Everyone hit the
Come on,
prayer hands.
Please. Yeah, please.
Please.
Yeah, please. Kinship. Yeah.
Yo.
You wanna. You know you do.
You know you want this. Their bags are so aesthetic. Just imagine
Yeah,
having
exactly,
one
like a
right
little
here.
pile or something.
Man,
That'd be great.
they get it gets progressively bigger
Taller.
and bigger. It's just blocking.
Everyone, it's in every frame.
Oh my gosh.
Like, how's your day going? It's like,
It's going great.
yeah.
Yo, I can see you now.
It's
just
just-
looking over the bag.
Man, Kevin's just having future Kevin's having to crop around, but it just gets to the point where he can't crop around.
me.
Hey, I'm Caleb. I'm the host. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I have to like embarrassingly zoom in where it's just like, oh, like a few pixels of you,
Yeah.
like just like a hair. Or like,
But
yep,
event-
that's him.
But eventually, even that will be consumed by Kinship.
There you go.
At a certain point.
That's their point.
Lastly, Liam, I want to hear you try an impression of me really quick. I'm just curious.
I'm
I want to
excited.
hear you do an impression of me, bro.
See, I'm scared that you might have heard somebody like do my impression of you because I've definitely done it before.
Okay,
when like I would go up to somebody and they'll be like, my friend Caleb has the best voice because he just goes up to you and goes, "Hey, how's it going, guys?" Dude,
That's incredible! Oh my gosh, yo, I'm talking to me.
Is that
Who's hosting?
Caleb Kith?
Yo, that's actually that.
You kind of channeled that. That was actually incredible.
I
Bro,
love your voice, man. I love your freaking voice.
Oh my gosh, bro. I mean, you can listen to it at this podcast. So we'll just send you voice notes. Good morning, Liam. Have you had your coffee yet?
It just becomes this alarm clock. It's like 7 o'clock rolls around. It's like, Liam, it's time to get up.
Liam,
Time to get up, Liam.
time to wake up, buddy. It's 7 o'clock. Get up and do your thing.
It's set, and it's just it hits 7 o'clock. He says, "Liam, it's time for coffee."
He goes, yeah.
If Caleb was an alarm clock, it would be, Liam, it's time to get up.
How are you doing? Good morning. Time for
morning.
today.
Time for your coffee.
Ryan's downstairs. He's whipped you up a fresh brew. Time to get started.
That's amazing.
He goes downstairs, you're not there.
not
It's
there.
like, oh,
man.
man.
My alarm clock lied to me, bro. Oh my gosh. No, seriously, Liam, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being
Appreciate you,
open and vulnerable and sharing your thoughts.
Yeah,
Seriously.
man.
And thank you for doing the Caleb impression.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I need-
Most of all things.
As one might say, I needed that.
Yeah, honestly, I
needed
needed that too.
I needed
so,
Yeah.
want to end on the good clink, boys, right here.
completely empty.
Much success and trusting in the Lord's plan for our lives. Cheers.
Cheers.